Hey tubers, I'm going to do a quick transmission oil exchange on a 2008 Honda Odyssey Touring. Pretty quick, easy. I don't know how many in-depth videos there are out there, but I'm going to do a quick one here. It's pretty simple. Anybody with basic hand tools can do this. You're going to need 4 quarts of this wonderful Honda Genuine ATF DW-1. You can pick it up at almost any Honda dealer. There's the part number. It's relatively inexpensive, about $8.25 a quart. It may vary on your location, of course, but pretty cheap. There's no filter to change on these, so it's just a drain and fill. I already got the car up on jack stands and lifted up, ready to go. But you'll need 4 quarts of this wonderful ATF DW-1, a ratchet of some sort with a 2-inch 3/8 extension. I prefer a 24-inch extension with your 17mm socket to get to your fill plug, and the all-important magnetic pickup tool makes retrieving the fill plug a lot easier. We'll start out with our 2-inch extension on our 3/8 ratchet, and of course our drain pan. Car is supported on jack stands. As you can see, I got it up under there. Climb up, and there is our drain plug. Some of them are a pain in the ass to get out, some aren't. I've changed this in the past, so I know it's not overly tight. So it's pretty basic. You get your extension bar, cram it in there, and just give it a good tug. Put your pan under there, of course, and drain it. Nothing too difficult about it. Let it glug out of there. This one's got about 50,000 on this change. This is its 5th transmission fluid change. It's got about 167,000 miles on it. It's always come out pretty well. There's not a whole lot of trash on the magnet. A little bit. We'll clean it up, get it back in there. Let it drain. I'm running this in real time, so we'll let it go. In the meantime, while it's doing that, I'll come out here and clean up this magnet a little bit. Not too much debris on it, cleaned up real easy. So I forgot to pull the dipstick, that's why it's glugging over there, but it's about done. So we'll get this put back in there momentarily and get everything back together. Show you how to fill it. Always let them sit for a little bit. This is a pretty basic setup. Like I said, most people can do it in their driveways. I'm sitting here in my alleyway, and a little pad, jack stand, a jack, and basic hand tools. I never understood why somebody would go in and pay $200 for a shop to do this when it's so simple. So let it finish draining here. I've owned this car for about 6 years. I bought it with 80,000 miles on it with great maintenance records on it. It's been a great grocery getter, kid transporter. So I recommend them. They get pretty good mileage, pretty low maintenance as far as it goes. So most of the stuff you need can be had locally. Pretty basic, you know, it's got the 3.5 VTEC in it. You know, anybody that's working on these kind of knows what they're looking at, so I haven't really changed out much on it. I had to do a battery terminal on it. It corroded out on me about a year ago, but that's really about the most major thing I've had to go. I've done wheel bearings on it in the past, typical, and brakes, but other than that, pretty decent car. Okay, we're done draining down here. Let's go ahead and shove our plug back up in there. Some people replace the crush washer on it. I don't see it completely necessary every time. If it's damaged, fine, replace it. They're a few dollars. But as often as I drop down here and change my own oil, if it's leaking, I'll change it if it needs it. But nothing major. All right, stick your extension bar back in there and give it a little ugga and one dugga. Clean it up a little bit. And looks good there. Fluid's in the pan. Pull that out of there. All right, we're done under here. Let's pull it off the jack stand and put some fluid in it. Pull my jack stand out of here. All right, up here under the hood, I think y'all can see it down there maybe. Where are we at? Yeah, let me find my little light, I'll show you. You can see down toward the back side, just outside your air cleaner hose, down about 24 inches on the transmission, there's a plug that says ATF. It's a 17 millimeter, comes out pretty easy. When I first did it initially, a couple years ago, it was pretty tight, but they're not too bad. So we get our 24-inch extension. And our 3/8 ratchet. See if I can do this with one hand, maybe. All right, you get your extension bar down on there. On your 17 millimeter, right there. All right, I think that's in focus, but that's it. Pull that plug out of there. All right, this is where your wonderful little magnetic pickup tool comes in handy. reach down in there and grab it if you dropped it. And I did, of course. And there's your ATF plug. Pretty basic. As you can see, it says ATF on it. All right. I like to use a nice 2-foot long funnel. Easy to get down in there.